Cats are truly amazing spiritual beings for many reasons. You may not realize just how much your own cats protect you from entities and attacks that your physical eyes are unable to see. I've learned quite a lot about these beings in the last month or two while doing distance healings for a friend's cat. Let me share with you what I discovered. Cats have the ability to reincarnate many times. They may reincarnate as house cats, lions, tigers, panthers, mountain lions, bobcats, and any other form of cat they wish to. They are one with their higher selves, not separated from their higher selves like we are, where there's a 3D version of us than our higher self on a much higher dimensional level at the same time. Being one with their higher selves, they come into their incarnations with all their memories fully intact about who they are, right as they are born as kittens. I started working with my friend's cat, G, about a month or so ago. He is a black cat with very powerful energy. I started working with him when it was discovered he had etheric implants, and a lot of them. So many in fact, it would take a month's worth of distance healing sessions with me to get all of them off him. Over the course of the month, I pulled around 40 implants total off of him. The first week alone, I pulled about 14 of them off him at once, which is the most implants I've ever removed from a human or animal in any single given healing session. Most of the time, you pull a few off, then more surface that are ready within a week or two, then pull more off, and keep repeating until there aren't any left. That same process was what I used for him as well. Each week, more would surface and need to be removed. Around the second week, I already felt his energy become much more powerful, and now it's to the point when I connect into him, I can feel his energy and waves every time he purrs. I've also recently pulled out a bunch of metallic-like needles that were in his liver from a previous lifetime, energetically there, not physically. G is kind of a more extreme case. He's had 15 incarnations on Gaia and was one of the lion guardians in ancient Egypt. He's been a guardian to my friend in several of her lifetimes as well. This is how so many implants were on him. I will also mention I have had several past lives with him as well. Apparently, I even started his healing for him a long ways back, but we were separated. I'm glad I was able to finish that for him this time. Cats can act as phenomenal guardians for us, even when we are unaware they are doing it. An attack that was meant to put implants in us is intercepted by them, and they get implanted instead. They can chase off entities and take entity attacks for us as well. They have the ability to see through all dimensions. You may have even had past lives with your current cat. Kitten versus ancient entity. One of my friends is helping foster kittens. A little while back, I saw a post about one of the kittens she was taking care of not doing well. The kitten, named Lydia, had ended up going to a family, and then was returned later because she wasn't doing well with them. When I did a session with the kitten, there was this extremely powerful entity attached to her. She ended up going to the family's place and fighting a very powerful, ancient, nature entity that had been on the land for a long time. It was probably messing with the family and she helped them. Unfortunately, by the time I removed this being off her, it was too late, and there was too much damage done to her. She passed within a week or so. When I checked in with her on the other side, I discovered it was her mission to do that for the family and the kitty knew she wouldn't make it. She will end up reincarnating soon and live a great, long life, this next round for her. That is just another example of how powerful a tiny kitten can be and how much cats can do for us. Utilizing a cat as a channel and telepathy practice. You can communicate telepathically with cats. This goes for physically incarnated cats and ones that have passed on to the other side. Cats are a great way to practice telepathy at first, because it's much easier communicating with them than it is a very high-dimensional being that is your spirit guide. You can practice sending feelings to your cat and sending images back and forth. I started picking this up naturally when I was working with G, as I've connected to his energy a bunch. We are even working on a different project together at this time, I was really good friends with a cat over the last couple of years. He was an outside cat on a ranch. He passed away within the last year and I see him in meditation. He has led the way for me to get to places in meditation. I recently started asking him to act like a channel for me to talk to higher frequency beings. So I can call in the higher frequency being and they can pass the information along to him, then he passes it to me. Since he's lower frequency, it's much easier for me to connect with him. It's working great. And I can get words and images a lot easier than if I just directly connected to the really high frequency beings I'm being guided by. Feel free to play around with this idea on your own and see what other tricks can be done with a cat helping you nearby or in spirit. Removing implants from cats. If you are a healer, there are some basic scan points that you can check on cats that implants will be most common. These spots are the nose, top of the head and between the ears, base of the neck, base of the tail, stomach, and their paws. I've found implants in other areas as well, but those are still the most common spots. Humans have the ability to incarnate as cats too. They are powerful enough beings for that to work. Lyrans were originally formed in the essence of a cat for a reason. The incarnated Lyrans were not supposed to forget as much as they have. Oops. Just for comparison, generally dogs can reincarnate 3 to 4 times, and generally do that when they are really attached to a person or family. Horses can reincarnate about 2 or 3 times, and generally it's when they are attached to a land or involved in Native American spirituality. There generally is not a range or limit on cat incarnations. I will say that G originally had various symptoms before I started removing the implants, such as sneezing, goop stuff in his eyes, energy levels low, and immune system problems where he was constantly getting a cold. In just a matter of a month, nearly all of those symptoms have been gone and he is at full strength and happy. I will be offering sessions for cats soon. They generally are much faster and only take about 10 to 15 minutes. You can keep an eye out on my website for when I add that service. You can also get in touch with me sooner if you think your cat could use healing now. Love and light. Meashenu.